No, I don't think so.
Would say that a lot of people still make jokes about female drivers are not as good drivers.
Yeah, the media in America doesn't push that idea, but a lot of people still have that idea or stereotype about female drivers.
Always, even in England they do that. They would say whether he was a male or female and their age.
So they report on both, the sex and the age of the person.
I don't think it's really useful to point out the sex of the driver. It's okay to do without it.
No, I don't. I live in London and I don't find that the news in the UK tends to identify the sex or emphasise the sex of the driver whenever there's an accident. I wouldn't be able to say about China because I haven't spent a great deal of time here.
Male drivers are probably a little bit more aggressive.
Females are probably better drivers because they're more cautious. I would think that they would be less likely to get into accidents, but still they have that stereotype that women can't drive as well. I don't think it's true, but...
I don't know if I'd say one's safer than the other, but I don't think that women are worse or certainly not more aggressive drivers.
I personally don't think there's any influence. In England there are as many female drivers as male drivers. What about in China? The same?
Personally, it wouldn't make an impact.
The female drivers can be angry against it, maybe. Like the fact of pointing out it was especially a woman can make some group of women angry, I guess.
I suppose it may reinforce negative stereotypes about different sexes and maybe affect insurance for driving if women are identified as being worse drivers, which I don't think is really the case, but perhaps the news will have a negative impact presented that way.
No. Women tend to be more careful drivers than men, so the men would be the street killer, not the female.
Half to agree.
Unless they were driving past a shoe shop and you think, ooh, nice shoes.
In America we think about old people being street killers more than anything. They're kind of a dark joke.
No, that's fine.
No, absolutely not.
Depends where, depends how, but yeah, it happens, yeah, of course.
No, I don't think so.
Certainly not in England. Obviously we haven't spoke to enough Chinese people, but in England there's very, very little discrimination now, today, in this day and age.
You still have the glass window though, it's called the glass.
Yeah, you can't reach...
A lot of women can't reach the top. It's called a glass barrier, a glass window, so men rise above it easily, women not so much.
Yes.
In society overall, definitely. Look at the 2016 election in the United States, right? So many people who voted for Obama and say they would vote Democrat chose not to vote for Hillary just because they didn't like the idea of voting for a woman, I think. So there's definitely societal discrimination against women overall.
I suppose you can always find, sadly, discrimination in all aspects of society. In the UK, I actually think that most people are very tolerant of one another, and discrimination is only a very few people, which probably get more exposure than they should.